Okay, hey everybody. We're going to now get into soil. Okay, and what is soil? Well, let's talk a little bit about it. First off, what we're going to do is we're going to call this a soil texture lab. Okay, this soil texture lab is a lab that we're going to be able to determine the texture of the soil. Now, why is this so important? Well, one thing I want to talk to you guys about is that soil is, I would say, in my opinion, the most important and um, the most important thing that we have on Earth, the most important resource that we have. Reason being is that without soil, we wouldn't be able to eat. We wouldn't be able to eat plants. We wouldn't be able to grow plants, crops to survive. Animals wouldn't be able to eat the plants. We wouldn't be able to feed our crops. So there's a lot of reasons why I think that soil is an important part of this lesson. And so we're going to talk a little bit about soil texture. It's a nice activity for you to get your hands dirty, so to speak. And so and you will definitely be doing that. I will be able to identify and investigate the physical characteristics of rock and explain the rock cycle. Now, soil is made up of rock. Okay, and we're going to go through the whole process of how soil is made from rock. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. Okay, so this is your agenda for this lab. Okay, so what is soil? We're going to go over that a little bit. I'm going to walk away from this from the video. Click on another part of this, and you guys can just follow me. Okay, soil texture activity. We'll be doing that. That'll be the second video that we'll be doing. And then we're going to complete the lab and submit the documents on Canvas. Okay, so you'll complete the lab with me. I'll show you how to do it, and then you guys will download that to Canvas. Okay, next class you're going to be taking a quiz over all the things that we've been talking about. Okay, Earth's interior, the rock cycle. We'll talk about the destructive and constructive forces that are on Earth. You'll also be reviewing karst topography, glaciation, and also then soils. Okay, that'll be on your next class. Okay, just so you guys know that. Okay. So, what is soil? Okay, well, there are basically 4 layers of soil. First off is the O horizon. Okay, the O horizon is, and I've got an example here. I'm going to show it to you. Okay, so the O horizon is the very, very top layer of the soil. Okay, top layer meaning that it's probably about 0 to 2 inches thick. Okay, some soils may not have any organic matter at all on top of it, but this soil, I just got this out of the yard at the school. You can see the grass is growing, and on the top there's little bit pieces of mulch, maybe some rock, maybe some worms, roots, things like that. That's organic. Okay. Now the next part is the A horizon. Okay. Now the A horizon is anywhere from what it says on here is 10 inches. Okay. Well, it could be 2 inches. It could be 12 inches. Just a general idea is 10 inches. Okay. The A horizon is considered the topsoil. Okay, so if I look through here, and I'll show you this in the texture lab also, you'll see in here, you'll see a lot of roots. You might see a worm, other types of animals, and there's also microbial animals living inside the soil. Okay, so that is the top layer right there. Okay, now we also have what's called the B layer. This is the sub soil, okay? Mostly clay with some rocks. Okay, so we didn't get into the clay. I could dig down probably, I'd say another 10 inches, another 15 inches, and I'd start to get into what we would call the subsoil. Okay, this is the B horizon, okay? Now the C horizon, this is an important part of it because this is the parent material. This is where the soil came from. Okay, so what happens is that this rock here broke down over a period of millions and millions of years and developed these top layers up here. Okay, so now there are still some original bedrock way, way below. We'd have to go down really, really deep, probably 4 feet, 5 feet, maybe even 6 feet deep before we would get to what we would consider bedrock. Okay? This all varies depending on the location of the soil. Okay? Some soils, these layers are a lot thinner, and some layers they're a lot thicker. Okay? So that is the general idea of what soil is. Okay? Now, soil is really important in that we have to understand the texture of the soil. Okay? And so what we're going to do is we're going to find out the different textures of this soil, and then you're going to also find the texture of the soil that's at your house, okay? So what you're going to do is, these are the materials you're going to need, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to step away and I'm going to open up this document right here, okay? And I'm going to go do that now. Okay, so now you should see this document here. Okay, you can click on that. It was on that page there. So, okay, so what is soil? Naturally deposit unconsolidated materials which covers the Earth's surface. Okay, so what's happening is that this soil is capable of getting this grass, letting this grass grow. Okay, some soils may not be able to do that. Okay, so let's say, for instance, I planted this grass seed, and I planted it in a really, really clay soil. Okay, well, there's not going to be many nutrients. There's not going to be many porosity of that soil, so the roots aren't going to be able to grow in there. Okay, so there's not going to be many nutrients, so it would be really difficult for the soil to sustain the grass. Same would go as if I was to plant this grass in a really sandy soil, okay? So like, say, the beach. This would not be able to grow, okay? So now all plants have the capability of sustaining life dependent on the soil. So like if I planted a beach plant that would be able to grow along the ocean or maybe along sandy beach areas, then it would be able to sustain growth, okay? Because it doesn't need as many nutrients, it doesn't need as much water, or lots of different things, okay? So, the purpose of this lab is for you to distinguish the soil textures from other locations. So, what you're going to do is you're going to see the texture of the soil from here, okay, at the school, and you're going to be able to find out the texture of the soil at your house, okay? So what's going to happen is that you're going to be able to see how much sand is in the soil, how much silt is in the soil, and how much clay is in the soil, okay? Sand is the biggest particle of soil, okay? Then silt is in the middle, and then clay is the smallest particle, okay? What I'm going to be able to do is I'm going to be able to see living matter that's in the soil, and also I'm going to be able to see the different types of texture that's in the soil. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop this video, and you're going to watch the next video. And the next video is going to be covering the soil texture lab. Okay, so you're going to keep this up, and then there's also a couple documents that you're going to want to follow. Okay, and I'll bring those up to the video, and you'll be able to follow me through that. Okay, so I will see you guys in a little while.